2024, the world of trail running changed forever. In 2024, the world of trail running changed forever. From the bustling streets of Hong Kong to the rugged peaks of Cape Town, Gran Canaria World Trail Majors was born. Uniting 10 of the most iconic destinations across the globe into one unforgettable journey. In Hong Kong, where neon meets nature, runners face their first challenge, a test of resilience in a city that never sleeps. In Arizona, something extraordinary happened. Snow fell on the desert trails of the Black Canyon Ultras. In this rare and unpredictable weather, trail runners showed that adaptability is as vital as determination. On the volcanic shores of Gran Canaria, the Trans-Gran Canaria reminded us that endurance. In 2024, the world of trail running changed forever. From the bustling streets of Hong Kong to the rugged peaks of Cape Town, Gran Canaria World Trail Majors was born. Uniting 10 of the most
Good afternoon. My name is John Ellis. Welcome to the Hong Kong 100 press conference. 大家好，歡迎嚟到香港100嘅聚會。大家好，歡迎來到香港100聚會。It's an absolute pleasure to have all of you here today as we celebrate the 15th edition of Hong Kong's original solo 100-kilometre and favourite ultra-trail race. 2025 is especially significant as it also marks the second year of the Gran Canaria World Trail Majors, a groundbreaking global series that is redefining the world of trail running. This year's Hong Kong 100 promises to be exceptional. It's a race that goes beyond the physical challenge, immersing participants in the stunning natural beauty of Hong Kong's mountains and trails. It embodies the spirit of adventure, perseverance and community that defines trail running. And uniquely, it showcases Hong Kong's rare blend of urban energy and serene nature, offering an experience unlike no other. As we kick off this year's event, we'll explore the latest developments in trail running. We'll hear from elite athletes who have travelled all across the globe to compete. We'll hear more about the exciting Gran Canaria World Trail Major Series and share stories that exemplify the dedication and passion of our trail running community. I extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone present. The athletes, of course, the media, our valued sponsors, and in particular ANTA GUANJUN, the tireless volunteers, and of course the trail running community at large for making this event possible. Your dedication and passion are what make Hong Kong 100 a truly unforgettable experience year after year. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce Hong Kong 100 race directors, Janet Ng and Steve Bramer, to the stage. Thank you, and let's make 2025 another incredible chapter in the Hong Kong 100 story. Steve and Janet, thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone. It's lovely to see everyone here again in January of each year. Each year, Hong Kong 100 is the opportunity for us to reconnect with so many of you, all our friends around the world, and to make new friends as well. I think Hong Kong 100 is a beautiful event, not just because of Hong Kong's amazing scenery, our trails, but it's because of all of you. It's because of the combined energy of all of you, the runners, our dedicated volunteers, which makes this event super, super special. And this year, again, I hope that you can come and enjoy the Hong Kong 100's beautiful, amazing experience, and to also be part of this shared community, shared energy that we have, which makes Hong Kong 100 this unique event. And here I want to especially give a word of thanks to our sponsors, ANTA GUANJUN, our title sponsor, and all our volunteers that just make this event possible. We are in the 15th edition of Hong Kong 100, and the event is continued to be strong and thriving, all because of all of you. And it's just such a lovely opportunity to come and enjoy this with all of you. And this year we have the privilege to have a delegation from Mexico, and we are very honored to have the ambassador of Mexico with us.
And also Lorena, who is so famous around the world. For us, it's a real privilege and a pleasure to welcome you to Hong Kong and to the race. And to all of you, to every single person here, we hope you have a wonderful experience. We hope you enjoy every step of the way if you're racing. And we can't wait to see you at the start line and at the finish line. Thank you so much for coming to see us here at Hong Kong 100, and have a brilliant few days. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Steve and Janet. And now we'd like to introduce up onto the stage Miss Yang Yang, who is the brand manager for the Hong Kong 100's title sponsor, ANTA GUANJUN.
大家好，我是安踏冠军品牌负责人杨洋。然后，2025年伊始，非常开心又跟大家相聚在香港100越野赛的现场。那今天我仅代表安踏和安踏冠军的品牌，欢迎所有的到场来宾和跑者们，谢谢大家。今年呢，安踏冠军作为一个独立的子品牌，成为香港100越野赛的冠名赞助商和装备支持的伙伴，我们感到非常的荣幸。因为去年的1月份，我们安踏冠军设计和研发的比赛的 T 恤和完赛的帽衫，在这个首次的亮相里面就得到了跑者的一些认可。那我们觉得也受到了非常大的鼓励。那在这1年的时间里面，也非常感谢 Janet 和 Steve 以及赛事组委会对安踏冠军在越野跑领域的发展去提供很多的协助和支持。那同时呢，安踏冠军和安踏也一同见证了香港100越野赛和这个世界越野跑大满贯 WTM 的一个成长和壮大。那非常荣幸，我们和我们的合作伙伴携手共创，共同成长。那在2025年，安踏冠军对自身也提出了更高的要求，那提供更专业的赛事装备的支持，更完善的产品的测试的体验跟服务，以及更投入的赛事服务保障。那我相信背靠我们的集团和安踏主品牌的科技研发能力和平台的这种专业 切资源的支持，安踏冠军将持续的深耕和投入，助力支持越野跑运动的蓬勃的发展。那在本次赛事当中，安踏冠军的代言人尤培全和梁迪斯也会分别出战103公里和大满贯的组别。那除此之外呢，我们安踏冠军的员工也更深入地参与到了本届的港百当中，他们将在 CP 点成为志愿者，然后为跑者去服务。同时，我们也会有几位同事，然后报名成为了本次赛事的选手。他们希望用自己的步伐去感受港百的魅力。那今年我们推出的这个猎隼2代的越野跑鞋也进行了设计和性能上的一些优化和调教。那刚才也跟很多的跑者以及意见领袖做了充分的沟通。那我们也调整了这个碳板的一些刚性，然后去实现更强的助推力。那在大底方面也受到 Vibram 的 Mega Grip 的橡胶，还有 Light Grip 的轻量的技术，然后使整体的重量也得到了减轻，提升了这个性能。所以为了得到更多的跑者的反馈，我们也是跟12月份吧联合港百赛事跟我们为安踏冠军猎隼2代发起了这个产品测试的招募，让我们听到了很多真实的评价和建议，去为我们第3代的产品研发，去有更具规模性的这个产品矩阵的研发，提供了深度、专业和客观的宝贵意见。所以非常感谢参与到这次产品测评的跑者们，然后我们赛道上可以更加的去真实的测评。那安踏冠军的品牌团队呢，是一个正在成长的队伍。我们经常说自己是一个创业型的组织，我们会像服务中国国家队的运动健儿一样，一步一个脚印的去研发我们的产品，服务我们的跑者，然后让我们每一个消费者或者每一个热爱越野和户外的人都充分享受来自山野的乐趣。然后最后就是感谢大家的到来，然后预祝本次赛事圆满的成功，然后所有的跑者安全完赛，谢谢大家。
Great, thank you, Ms. Yang Yang. It sounds like some really good quality products to try out there for anyone who's looking for some running brands. Next up, we've got a very special panel discussion entitled Breaking Boundaries, Women in Trail Running Across Cultures. So I'd like to invite up to the stage, and we'll leave the chairs for this as well, please. Moderator Janet Ng, who is also the ITRA president, looking for Kelly Angel from Australia, Claire Banworth from France, Tim Ferreira from the Philippines, Maria Lorena Ramirez from Mexico, and then Xiang Fuzhao from China. If you've heard your name called, please come up to the stage, grab a seat, and we'll get going with this exciting panel. Thank you.
Yeah, bro, behind her.
In 2024, the world of trail running changed forever. From the bustling streets of Hong Kong to the rugged peaks of Cape Town, Gran Canaria World Trail Majors was born. Uniting 10 of the most iconic destinations across the globe into one unforgettable journey. In Hong Kong, where neon meets nature, runners face their first challenge, a test of resilience in a city that never sleeps. In Arizona, something extraordinary happened. Snow fell on the desert trails of the Black Canyon Ultras. In this rare and unpredictable weather, trail runners showed that adaptability is as vital as determination.
We've persuaded the gentleman onto the stage. Well, thank you, everybody.
On the volcanic shores of Gran Canaria, the Trans Gran Canaria reminded us that endurance isn't just physical.
Main themes of Hong Kong 100 is to develop and encourage and promote
It's a triumph.
Female trail running. So today we've got a subject which is the breaking boundaries women in trail running across cultures. You all on the stage are the trailblazers in female trail running. So I think this is a great opportunity to hear from you what you think about racing as women athletes in this new sphere. And I have the very privilege to have on stage Tim Pereira. Tim, she is the Secretary General of the Philippine Trail Running Association, and in Asia I think we have witnessed the amazing rise of trail running in the Philippines, and we'd love you to share with us what are your secret sauce and your recipe for making trail running so good in the Philippines, in the Asia Pacific Trail Running Championship, in the Southeast Asia Cup. The Philippines delegate has done so well. So have you always thought about this as a master plan, or did it just come organically? What is the reason that trail running in the Philippines, especially female trail running, is so good there?
Thanks, Janet, and thanks for having me. So to share, the Philippines is actually, we kind of think we're kind of behind all other countries that were we have seen trail running, and I've been to Hong Kong 100 and I've seen how huge and massive the participation is both for female and male. So back then, we had one of the early starters in the sports, kind of feel like there's always a very small participation of women. Like out of 100, there will be like 5 or the most 10 of us participating. And so we've seen that, we've seen the need to increase encourage more individuals to do trail running, both men and women. But of course, if you look at it, it's the woman that is always behind in terms of number. The sports has grown, and the participation of women has stayed at 10%. And so that was a challenge, and it's still a challenge. So what we look at is, I think there were 2 things: making the sports sound more inclusive, and we're making it more accessible. So we've done this, and we've exerted efforts to be able to reach out. We're actually, the Philippines is 7,107 islands. So compared to Hong Kong, where everything is interconnected by train, so we practically is just connected via the internet. And some of these places do not even have access to the internet, phone, and the rest. So we exerted efforts to make it inclusive and accessible. So we brought the sports we tried to bring the sports to remote areas, having more activities happening in areas like where John Ray Olivan lives, where it's like an hour travel and 10 hours travel by road. So these places, basically the mountainous places of the Philippines, and that encouraged that resulted to an increase in participation and increase in access for those who are not able who do the sports naturally because they live in the mountains, but do not know that what they're doing every day of their lives is actually called trail running. It's actually a sport that we enjoy. So that's what we're trying to do. And on the other side, we're also trying to encourage participation, not just also for those who are discouraged to do trail running because they find that city dwellers, like me, I'm actually a city dweller, so so there are so many people who are discouraged to do the sports because of the thinking that it is hardcore, it is tough, it's going to be muddy, and it's going to be not safe for them. So we exert an efforts to also do that. And luckily for us, like from 10%, like the end of the year, we ended the year at an average of 39% participation of women. So we're happy with that.
Great, thank you, Tim. And it's really inspiring to see how far the Philippines has come with the female running. So thank you very much for all that you have contributed to the sport. So next up, I think I would love to have a question to Lorena, who to us, you are the star of trail running, and you come from a cultural background where running is just part of your DNA. But at the same time, I know you are quite a private person, so how do you inspire? How do you inspire community? We see each time we talk about Lorena that it's just you have so many followers. How do you see your role in inspiring female trail running, or just trail running in general?
Soy Lorena Ramírez y vengo de México, estado de Chihuahua. Y pues ahorita aquí estoy en China, voy a correr en Hong Kong, muy contenta de participar con todas las mujeres de aquí.
So, Diego, her name is Lorena Ramirez. She's coming from the state of Chihuahua in northern Mexico. And she's very proud to be now in Hong Kong, China, and to be an example for all the women here in around Asia as well.
Lorena, it's lovely to have you here with us. We are truly honored. I think the very fact that you are here is inspiring to many. This is Lorena.
How are you doing?
Primera vez voy a participar esta carrera en Hong Kong y pues yo vine aquí porque yo corro 100 kilómetros y soy conocida en México y pues por eso me invitaron aquí. Muchas gracias por la invitación y la que hizo invitación. Pues sí, pues muy contento participar con todos ustedes de aquí. Muchas gracias.
Yes, so well, it's the first time she participates in a run in China, in Hong Kong, and she's very glad, she's very honored. She wants to thank all the organizers and all of you who made it possible for her to come here. And she feels very excited and very proud to become an example for women, especially women in Mexico of indigenous background, to see that if they work hard, they can cross the ocean and represent Mexico across the sea.
Muchas gracias.
Yo soy rarámuri en la sierra de Chihuahua y hablo dialecto. Creo que voy a hablar un poquito rarámuri porque, bueno, aquí está mi hermano y mi compañera Estrella. Muchas gracias que andan acompañando a mí y me va a apoyar el sábado. Hace trabajo de correr, en la sierra preandina, Kikumi iban a activar en la llena, Mamovia, muchas gracias por la de apoyo en México. Gracias de Consulado en México y aquí también. GUANJUN, muchas gracias por el apoyo. Gracias a todos.
So, yeah, she mentioned that she's from the Rarámuri ethnic group in Mexico. They live, as I mentioned before, in the state of Chihuahua, which is in northern Mexico, in a very high altitude mountains. And Spanish is not her first language. So he has her brother here, and also her mate, Mirna, who will support her during her race on Saturday. She will run the 100 kilometers. And she feels very proud. She wants to thank everyone here. She also mentioned the consulate in Hong Kong, the consulate in Guangzhou, who we've been with the background. Of course, the star is them. But she feels very, very excited to be here. And also she said what I just mentioned now. She said it in her own language.
Thank you. Gracias, Lorena. Now the next lady we have here is Claire. Claire, welcome to Hong Kong. Great to see you here. We all know that Claire, last year you've done amazing feats, like you've run so many races. Can you share with us, as a female runner, the mental and physical challenges? How do you get through them? And is there anything you feel that, in a way, compared to all our men runners, like you feel that you have an advantage? Or, yeah, please share.
Yeah, thank you. I did a lot of races and actually very long races, hard races where you need to be mentally strong when it lasts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. And I really feel that as a woman, the longer the race, the more confident I am that I am better or as good as men, and because I think we are just mentally tougher than them, because life is tougher for us, it's a fact. And also we are, I see a lot of women being more preservative when they run. They are not like, I want to be the first, I want to be faster than, to go strong at the beginning, to be at the front of the race. Even very strong women are more focused on herself on the right pace, and it's not. I mean, they are very competitive women, but I think that they are not like men which compare between each other, so they are competing at the front. I think women are more, I know my best, I go as strong as I have to go, and if I am first, it's okay. I think the way women handle the race, it's more it's more injury, not the global, it's not in a substantial, I mean, the dropping rate in women is I think, far less than for men. So I think they are more focused on the fun they have and the best they can maintain, and it's, yeah. That's why I think women are as good or even better than men for long trail races.
Thank you, Claire. That's a lot of very interesting insights there. And one might even say that maybe that's a cleverer way to race. And of course, if anybody like on the panel like to chime in with any comments, please feel free. And my next guest is Kelly Angel. Kelly, you are a member of the Professional Trail Running Association, and you brought the delegates to the Asia Pacific Trail Running Championship. I know that you do a lot in terms of not just your own running. We know as an elite athlete like that, you have to put in a lot of time, but you also do a lot of the work to really to promote the work that trail running for female as well. So where do you see your responsibility, and do you feel that you do have more of a responsibility to the trail running, the female trail running community around the world?
Yeah, thanks, Janet. Yeah, I think so. I've been competing for a very long time now, and trail running is still growing in Australia. And there, back 15 years ago when I started, there weren't a heap of female ultra runners. And so, yeah, I guess I've seen the growth of the sport over time, and I definitely see myself as trying to be a good role model to those up and coming in the sport, particularly as we grow the female contingent. And I've been able to do that as being part of the women's equality group in the PTRA, and on various other committees through the ULTRA, which is our Ultra Trail Running Association, and just trying to put a few things in place, such as what you're doing, having two a male and a female start line, for example. For women, if you can't see it, you can't be it. And it's all about trying to show that just like that, we can be just as strong as a man, and we've got to show the young girls coming up that what they can do.
So Fujal, you are the best, if not one of the best athletes in China, with a population of 1.4 billion, and you are an inspiration to so many. And again, how do you see your role, and do you see that with your cultural background, what are the challenges and triumphs that you bring to the country?
Very lucky sitting here. I try to receive this answer. Sometimes I feel the state of yeah. This year for me is very important because 我看到很多
I see lots of events, travel events in China.
也 so more and more 精英。
More and more like the elite athletes.
我还是用中文讲吧，对，就是越来越多的中国的精英跑者，就是出现，而且也参加国际的各种各样的赛事，然后让大家所看到，尤其是中国的越野跑女子精英，然后在国际上的就排名就越来越高，然后被大家认可。
I see lots of elite Chinese athletes and are growing up and enjoying lots of events, especially for the female athletes. And we see they are ranking worldwide and grow very rapidly.
甚至我发现就是以前我不敢想象我可以跑到800分以上，现在我们女生也可以跑到800分以上，就觉得很开心。然后我觉得只要保持足够的热爱，然后女性也是具有就是有挑战精神，然后也会越来越好。而且现在也越来越多的中国的女性参与到越野跑当中，尤其是在这种短距离当中，她们慢慢的加入，甚至很多在短距离的那些跑者当中，就是调查当中女性其实是比男性还高的。
It's a very long conversation, and I can imagine that my ITI score can reach beyond 800, and it's a big achievement. And recent year, I see lots of girls that they challenge themselves and enjoy the different events, especially in the short distance trail running. And in short distance trail running, I believe they have more competitive advantages.
I will study English harder. So next time I want to answer by myself.
By the way, that Xiang Fuzhou is learning her English and to help her to join more like international events, become the ambassador of the China trail running.
Does anybody in the audience have any questions for our elite panel? No, well, thank you so much. It was a great pleasure to hear from all of you. Thank you, and thank you for all the good work and great work that you've been doing. Thank you.
In 2024, the world of trail running changed forever. From the bustling streets of Hong Kong to the rugged peaks of Cape Town, Gran Canaria World Trail Majors was born. Uniting 10 of the most iconic destinations across the globe into one unforgettable journey. In Hong Kong, where neon meets nature, runners face their first challenge.
We'll round up 2024, the inaugural season. We've got some Podium finisher awards for last year, as well as a preview for 2025. So I'd like to invite to the stage Janet Lin and Steve Bremer.
Great. So we would like to present, given that so many of them are here at the Hong Kong 100, is last year 2024 World Trail Majors podium finishers. So those that are in the number 1 to number 10. And we have here Claire Bandwidth. Congratulations, Claire. May I ask you to stand on the stage? And we also have GUANJUN from China. And then we have Angie Yan from Hong Kong. Shota. Great to see you again, Sanjay. And all the way from Romania, Ionel Christian Manole. Welcome to Hong Kong. So just a bit of background. These are our highest scoring athletes in the 2024 World Trail Major races, which we will talk about in a minute. Well done. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. And just to mention, also World Trail Majors podium finisher is who unfortunately he will only be here in a couple of days now. But well done. Thank you.
In 2024, the world of trail riding changed forever. From the bustling streets of Hong Kong to the rugged peaks of Cape Town, Gran Canaria World Trail Majors was born. Uniting 10 of the most iconic destinations across the globe into one unforgettable journey. In Hong Kong, where neon meets nature, runners face their first challenge, a test of resilience in a city that never sleeps. In Arizona, something extraordinary happened. Snow fell on the desert trails of the Black Canyon Ultras. In this rare and unpredictable weather, trail runners showed that adaptability is as vital as determination. On the volcanic shores of Gran Canaria, the Trans-Gran Canaria reminded us that endurance isn't just physical. It's a triumph of the spirit. At the foot of Mount Fuji, runners discovered the truth in Basho's words. Every day is a journey, and the journey itself is home. In Madeira, under relentless rain and unforgiving skies, every step became a battle against the elements. It was here that runners proved their ability to overcome even the harshest of conditions. Swiss Alps whispered an eternal truth. Mountains are not stadiums where I satisfy my ambition. They are the cathedrals where I practice my religion.
Ready to go down.
This adventure, it's the best in Switzerland.
On England's ancient South Downs Way, runners found peace in the rolling hills. Where the paths seem to carry the weight of history itself.
Enjoying the countryside.
Never again.
In Quebec, amidst the vast wilderness and rugged trails, every step was a tribute to perseverance and a reminder of nature's untamed beauty. In the Pyrenees, where every summit felt like the edge of the world, runners prove that the impossible is just a matter of perspective. In Cape Town, where the Atlantic and Indian Oceans meet, explorers of the past saw the Cape of Good Hope as the threshold to the unknown. A place that promised new routes and new worlds. And so, in this ending, a new story begins. Like the sailors who set out in search of uncharted horizons, Gran Canaria World Trail Majors now looks ahead, preparing for its next adventure. As the poet once said, the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. See you on the trail, where greatness awaits.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm inspired to get out and try and do some of these bucket list races over the next decade or two. And that is a nice segue into our next section, which is another panel discussion titled Uniting the Trail Running World, the Vision of the World Trail Majors. So I'd like to invite up onto the stage Steve Bremer, Race Director of Hong Kong 100. Nigel Preston, the co-race director of the Grampians Peaks Trail 100 miles, and David Lloyd, race director of the Vietnam Mountain Marathon. Can we get some seats up here, please? Maybe I'll start with a question for Steve. Without a doubt, global trail running has changed significantly over the past several years.
Don't worry, Josh, it's just the GPT 100 video.
Alright, with some unprecedented growth, so many events and series these days. So what inspired the creation of the World Trail Race and how does it stand out?
We put it together in order to be part of an alliance of races with the same mindset. Races that are about runner experience, races that are put on by people who are really passionate about putting on trail races and do it because they love it, not because it puts bread on the table or pays the bills, but because it's the thing they love most. And you start on a journey like this and you hope that you'll find what you're looking for. And so far I'd say we really have. It's great being part of this alliance with 11 other races, like-minded race directors, sharing know-how, beautiful places and an excuse to visit them. So it's that really, it's being part of an alliance with like-minded race directors, putting on events that are just all about runner experience and runners having a great time, connecting with each other and sharing community. It's that really.
It all makes a lot of sense, and you talk a number of times about this association or alliance of independent races. I guess there's some other series around the world that tend to be a bit more standardised, a bit more commercialised. From the point of view of this model, how do you think it benefits your events and maybe the athletes that compete in it?
Yeah, it's exactly as you hinted at. The events are not homogenised at all, and they are very much of their place, and no one's trying to tell them which sponsors to have or how to brand it. The races are authentic, unique experiences of the place they're from. So you come and do Hong Kong 100, and it's the Hong Kong trail running community, these days actually the Asian trail running community that is looking after you. And it's a very, very Hong Kong experience. And that's exactly what you get with each of the races. You go and you have a really authentic experience of that place with top quality organisation, but with a really local, authentic feel to the events. And that's certainly, I've done almost all of them now, or been at them, and that's exactly what the experience has been.
I mean, that sounds amazing. Every race gets to keep its individual's sort of character. And at the same time, it really feels like a genuinely global series. It's not really Europe-centric or US-centric. I guess, what are the plans for expanding the World Trail Majors to more races? And what criteria do you use to bring in new races?
So we've had a lot of races reach out that would like to be part of it, and we would love to just say, right, you're in. We are about inclusivity, so we would love to just say you're in. But at the same time, we have to carefully look at candidates that the geography's right, the vibe is right, and so that's what we're doing. We're slowly, methodically evaluating races and bringing them in. So there may still be a little bit more expansion to come.
Fantastic. And I guess speaking of expansion, on stage today, we've got the race directors from two of the new races for 2025. We've got Nigel Preston, who's the co-race director of the Grampians Peaks Trail 100 mile. Please welcome Nigel. So I guess in terms of the race, it's a newer addition to the trail running scene, and I understand that the actual route was only constructed a few years ago. Can you give us a bit of background about the race, and then what motivated you to join the World Trail Majors in particular, and how you see this partnership helping to really build the race?
Thank you, and thanks for having us in Hong Kong. It's my first time, and it's great to have come from Australia, from Victoria, to be here. So the GUANJUN Speech Trail only opened 3 years ago, brand new trail created. It's in the Garrawood, or the GUANJUN National Park in Victoria, which is 2 hours from Melbourne in Australia, and it's a point-to-point race of 160 kilometres all the way through the national park over an amazing ridgeline and 770 metres of elevation over 160 kilometres, so it's very difficult. It's rocky, it's sandy, some sections are exposed. Here's some of it on the video at the moment. And some of it is really sandy. Along the way, people will see kangaroos, echidnas, emus, lots of Australian wildlife along the way, and it's a great excuse to come down under. Single track events, we hold a number of other races in Australia, and we wanted to be a part of the World Trail Majors series, so 2 of our team, Colin and Joe, came here last year. Joe ran a 100 kilometre last year and met up with the team here, and we started the process of aligning with some of the important aspects that Steve was talking about earlier. Our race is community-based. We really support the local community in the area. We work with the Indigenous and traditional owners of the area in which we run our race, and we have a leave no trace policy as well. So we really want to make sure that we leave the trail better off than we found it. So we're excited about it. It's in November. We're excited to be part of the series and thrilled to be here in Hong Kong. Thanks.
Fantastic. In terms of the main 100-mile course, my understanding it was planned, it was built in the last few years. How does that make it sort of different or more special versus, more other courses which tend to be more organically created over decades or hundreds of years?
Yeah, so this one is a multi-million-dollar trail that has been built, and actually the national parks area in Australia, when they were designing it, and this was before we even approached them, they were planning to make it actually about 130 kilometres, and then they were aware that trail running was becoming really popular, and they actually extended it to be 100 miles, knowing that something like this might come along. But really importantly, the trail follows and observes a lot of the historic and traditional owners of the area, the Indigenous people area, so they're respectful to a lot of those areas, and that's why the course has been designed the way that it has. And we have 11 aid stations along the course, so runners are really well supported. Every 11 to 13 kilometres along the course, they've got a chance for a refuel and a pit stop. And also we run a stage race as well over 4 days, so people can run sections of the course, then be bussed back to the headquarters and then restart the next day, which is really great for people who maybe don't feel comfortable racing overnight. They can still have the 100-mile experience over 4 days, which is really cool. So yeah, the trail follows rocky ridge lines. There's some scrambling sections, there's some open sections, there's sections through the bushland. It's amazing how the terrain changes over 160 kilometres.
Fantastic. Maybe one for David here, race director for the Vietnam Mountain Marathon. It's renowned for the breathtaking scenery. I hear so many good things about the race. Can you give us some background and what makes it so special?
Thank you, John. Thank you, Janet and Steve, for welcoming us here. I'm really pleased to be representing Vietnam Mountain Marathon here in Hong Kong. In terms of background of our race, it began in 2013. Back in 2013, we basically no trail running community in Vietnam at all. So the race was the first trail race there, the first ultra trail race. But now there's thousands of Vietnamese athletes that join our races together with runners from around 50 countries around the world. So yeah, we're now in our competition. That makes it special, like you said, the scenery is here. video doesn't show is more about the community there. So it's an extremely special, warmly welcoming community you're going to find when you come run in Vietnam. And actually yesterday I was talking with Valentin Orange, who's a filmmaker, used to live in Vietnam, and now he's gone back to France. And he said it's only now he's back in France that he can really see what he had in Vietnam. Now he misses what he had in Vietnam, because it's an extremely warm and welcoming community. And I really hope that we can encourage more people through being part of World Trail Majors to come and join us. Other special things about Vietnam, the food is amazing. So trail runners tend to be professional eaters. Come over and you're going to have a really, really good time eating in Vietnam. And also the culture, as I said, it's not just the scenery. These mountains are full of ethnic minority culture villages, and our route goes through a lot of those. You're going to have a kind of cultural discovery as well as a discovery of landscapes. And also something that we're quite proud of is we're given now, through our 4 races, around about $500,000 US to charity. So we have a very big charitable aspect of our racing as well. So if you come and run with us, you can feel good about running with us as well.
Wow, $500,000 is just incredible. That's in terms of giving back. But then, David, what do you hope the inclusion of the Vietnam Mountain Marathon in the World Trail Majors will do for trail running in Vietnam and then maybe Southeast Asia generally?
Thank you. There's a few aspects of that. In terms of what it will do for the runners, I hope that we'll be bringing in more international competition. The standard of running has gone up very quickly in Vietnam. Like I said, a few years ago, there was basically no community. Now we have some of the best runners. We've got Hope sitting here today. She's world class and a big one to watch. I mean, she's already world class, but this year could be a very big year, I think, for Hope. And so yeah, we'd like to bring in more people to give her a good race in Vietnam. And for us as organisers, of course, now we get to join together with the brains behind 11 other great races in the world. So there's that knowledge sharing for us, which is massive for us as an organisation, I think. And that will also hopefully benefit the wider community of trail organisers in Vietnam.
So, and any questions from the floor for any of the race directors here in terms of the World Trail Majors or some of the events? Any questions? Right, sorry.
Just wanted to give a shout out to Sanjay Sherpa. He's our poster guy for the GPT 100. So come on here quickly, Sanjay. The ride is coming up. Also wanted to acknowledge Kelly Angel from Australia as well. So Kelly's run our race a number of times, great supporter, and we're with Kelly really want to see more female trail runners as part of our events in Australia. If not the 100-miler, at least the 50K on the stage race. So please talk to Kelly, talk to me. We'd love to see more women coming down under. But really quickly, putting you on the spot, how would you describe your experience? That's you when the race was called off because it was 37 degrees. What was it like?
Yeah, it was a really amazing race. I ran several races of World Trail Major, like Hong Kong and Copenhagen, or just many races. But I was like a first time in Australia running the Antas. Yeah, the best part was very wildlife and culture and the food, and the nature was really wild, and so many wildlife was amazing, and the scenery and very technical. There was almost no road and all single tracks, and yeah, very technical and beautiful. And so I go back to run again into the race, like in Hong Kong, like this time I don't know, it's my 7th or 8th time already, and like yeah, I was just in Vietnam, enjoying the Vietnam Prize Series, so those are very amazing races, and I'm very lucky to be a part of the World Major, like enjoying the race, and thank you very much.
I think that's all we have time for, but please give it up for Steve, Nigel, Sanjay and David. And put those races on your bucket list. Vietnam Mountain Marathon, Champions League 100 mile as well. Alright, our next section is Meet the Elites. It's the local elites sharing session. So I'd like to invite up onto the stage Veronica Lund from Slovakia, intra-score 70.26. She was second at Hong Kong 100 in 2020. She's an ex-Asian Trail Master champion and multiple wins all across Asia. So welcome up to Veronica. Also Kimmy Leung from Hong Kong.
In 2024, the world of trail running.
Kimmy's a two-time winner at Rebel Walk 100 and also the Hong Kong 100 half in 2021. Kimmy, welcome. Then Suzuki from Hong Kong, intra-score 616. Suzuki's had a great year. First at North Face 50, I think, just last month. A number of other 50k wins. And actually top 10 at Hong Kong 100 in 2023. We also have Sang Chung Kip, otherwise known as Ying Ying, from Hong Kong. Intra-score 773. He is the reigning champion of the Hong Kong 100 Grand Slam, as well as wins at Foxtail Trail Walker age group wins at Ironman events as well. And this man needs no introduction. Wong Ho Chun from Hong Kong. Intra-score of 802, possibly Hong Kong's greatest of all time. Trail Walker winner, Hong Kong 100 PB at four Deserts Grand Slam, and way too many race wins to mention. And then finally, Brian Whelan from the United Kingdom, intra-score 765. He's a two-time winner of the North Downs Way 100 miler. Support runner for Jeff Campbell's winning Trail Walker team last month. And then third at the Hong Kong 100 half last year. So we have some of Hong Kong's top trail running talent on the stage with me. Let's go through with a few questions. Maybe we'll start with Chung. You've been a trail running icon for many in Hong Kong, including myself, I don't mind admitting that. Who are your inspirations when you started, and how have they shaped your approach to the sport?
Yeah, I started trail running for I think almost like 15 years, and actually when I joined the trail running and it don't have much race, and Hong Kong 100 is the biggest race in Hong Kong now, so this is now my motivation. That's why I joined the Hong Kong 100 again, because now I do more youth development. And I didn't race too much, but if I set the target for like half a year, so probably Hong Kong 100 is the best choice. That's why I joined Hong Kong 100 again.
Alright, thank you. I'm going to throw this one out to Veronica. Congratulations on your beautiful daughter. Can you tell us about the impact of motherhood on professional athletes, and how's it been for you coming back after giving birth?
Well, thanks for the question, because I feel like it's something that not everyone asks. It's not asked very often, and I guess it's something that is important to talk about, as we want to see more women running and racing and doing ultras. And as we know, many of us women, we decide to have children and family. So now my daughter is almost 2 years old, and I know there is other women here, even in the audience, who have one or even more children. So it is definitely possible to come back, and to be honest, I feel stronger than before, because motherhood toughens you up. It's quite challenging to find the time and energy sometimes, to keep going and to stay motivated, because also your mind shifts a little bit. Before all you think about is, okay, I want to be this strong trail runner. Now it's like, okay, my priority is my family, but I still want to be a strong trail runner. And I think sometimes it takes months or even years to get back to the headspace where you're like, okay, I can be a great mother and I can also be a very strong runner. So I think it's important that everyone just takes their time. Doesn't matter how many months or year it takes. And if you love the sport, then you will definitely get back to it. So I feel like for me, I'm ready now to race again, and I feel like I'm strong again to do it. And I want to see my daughter on the course. Not just yet, because it would be too emotional, but I think definitely at the finish to celebrate.
Fantastic, and I can personally attest that Veronica's come back stronger. She's kicked my butt a few times since then. Maybe one for Kimmy here. The Hong Kong 100 is known for its diverse and scenic course. Are there any specific sections of the race that you particularly enjoy or find very challenging?
It is like the 10 years I've joined this race. The first time I joined this race is 2016, and that was the year with super cold weather. Yeah, and I think the most session I enjoy is the session of the three beaches linked together, the Taiwan, Taiwan, and Taiwan, because it is really very beautiful, and you can run on the beaches and see the beautiful scene. Yeah, and the more challenging part may be the second half, because after you run a lot in the first half and you need to go on stairs, so I think we need to save energy for the second half.
There you go, some really good tips there from Kimmy, thank you. Next we have Suzuki. Can I check, what did it mean for you to achieve a top 10 finish at Hong Kong 100 in 2023, especially as a Hong Kong local? What did it mean to finish in the top 10? Was it very special?
Maybe the big presence for that time, because I just only the one objective to finish it with the gold award in now finish time only, just sub 16 hours. Yeah. So actually I have no idea why possible to go to the podium to have top 10. So yeah. So at that time I don't think too much. Just think I can do my objective and that's enough. Yeah.
No, it's definitely fantastic. We always love it when the Hong Kong runners are on the podium representing Hong Kong, so well done. Maybe the next one is for Ying Ying. Congrats on last year's Grand Slam win. So running the third, the half, and Hong Kong 100 on 3 consecutive days. So you're doing almost 200 kilometres on mountainous terrain against the world's top athletes and winning is very special. What tips can you give the other runners taking on the Grand Slam this year?
Oh, it's so easy. Just take it easy. Yeah, because three days race, you want to get the slow on the first day and take a good rest and eat some good food and a good rest, good sleep. And if you hope have some massage, you can. And then in the second day, just harder than the first day. But you can enjoy the Hong Kong view, enjoy the weather, enjoy the people connect, and you can feel good. And then the last one, just a low save energy to hit the other one. You can go your goal. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. There you go. You've got the secret from the champ. You have to go slower to go faster. All right. So coming across to Ryan Whelan. So you're taking on the Grand Slam this year with another 150 party souls. It's a record. So I hope you're taking notes there. It's an extraordinary challenge. What inspired you to take on all 3 races back to back, and how do you feel about your chances this year?
Thank you, John. Yeah, so what inspired me to take on the 3-day race? 3 days is 3 days more fun. So yeah, I've never done a stage race before, and I just like the idea of, the race will not start until probably Saturday afternoon. So I will take Ying Ying to the race, smile, enjoy it, and yeah, I think between the races, he mentioned about eating. So if it's a competition on eating between races, I plan to win that. So yeah.
Great, thanks very much, Ryan. And just in the interest of time, we really have time for maybe one or two more questions. Just in terms of Chung, you know, we've talked about what's inspired you in the past, but you've established Peak Hunter in 2015. You know, it's really building the level of trail running in Hong Kong. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
The last 2 years, I put a lot of effort to spend a lot of time doing the youth development, to set up a lot of school program in the secondary school, and spend a lot of time, and actually I give up a lot of opportunity to join the race. But I think now is the time to coming back, because I have a lot of students, they are also racing on Hong Kong 100 for the third and half. So I would like to do the demonstration. That's why I joined the 100. I want to motivate them. They can do like trail running, and more people longer and longer from the third half and Hong Kong 100, and maybe probably the Grand Slam. So that's why this year we have a big group coming in Hong Kong 100.
Brilliant, that's really good to hear. So now we have the panel section where we go into the quickfire round. And for those who don't know, this is where I'm going to ask a question and then we'll just pass the microphone down. We're just looking for really short answers. So to start off with, we're going to ask for your recommended best local food or restaurant or tourist attraction in Hong Kong. This is one that some of the international athletes, they can listen and maybe go visit after the race.
Okay, Sunday morning, after you've done the Hong Kong 100, go get Hong Kong style breakfast, okay? Eggs, noodles, toast, and dog cafe.
Okay, there's a lot of good food in the Hong Kong 100 CPs, like the fresh fruit, and I have my own supporter with my wife. Take it serious. I recommend some polo yao. Polo yao is a pineapple bun and butter, right? Yeah, and Dong Ai Cha is a ice milk tea. For Hong Kong, is a very local food. Yeah.
Dim sum. Yeah, always.
I was thinking of dim sum. Well, maybe to combine the tourist attraction with the food, definitely the Big Buddha on ANTA Island, if you have a chance, and there is lots of stalls with lots of different Hong Kong street food, so you can visit that place after the race.
There you have it. Dim sum's definitely on the menu for Sunday. And maybe one final question for the quickfire round. You're all Hong Kongers, you've run the race before. Maybe you can give us some tips for first timers doing the race. Maybe one tip each.
Do not eat near the monkeys. Do not take out of any plastic bag, because they will jump at you and it's quite scary.
I think it is to take it slow at the first half, and then you can run as fast as possible in the second half.
If you feel so asleep, and just maybe keep running, yeah, just as fast as you can, and you will suddenly feel very awake and feel energy.
And several political, like the monkeys are the dangerous animal in Hong Kong now. Don't take the plastic bag on your hand, and take care, don't eat or drink on the monkey session. And then in the sunset time, and a wild pig. And a wild pig now, but it's dangerous animal too. The weather this week probably will be cold, so remember to keep your body warm and bring all your mandatory gear.
There's not too many stairs, don't worry. Brilliant.
Well, thank you very much for the tips. Let's give a welcome round of applause to the Hong Kong Elite athletes. Thank you very much. Alright, our next section is Meet the Elites. This is the elite women from overseas, so I'd like to invite up to the stage. And if you have a little quiet as well, please. Sumaya Buddha from Nepal, with an intra score of 792. Actually, I just understand she's still on a flight. So we'll go to Hoi Ha from Vietnam, intra score of 768. Asia's number 5 runner in terms of the intra performance index rankings, second at their recent Asia Pacific trail running champs. 2 fourth finishes at CCC, and she's a past Asia Trail Master champion. Next up, we'd like to invite Sandra Sevillano from Spain with an entry score of 715. A number of big races, second Ultra Trails, Zubratras, third Eiger Trail, 9th Penteros, a number of wins in Spain as well. Also, Tang Jingyan from China, with an entry score of 731, wins a lot of races in China, including Ultimate Saigu, Chongli, and Jiangnan 50 miles. She was also 4th at the half last year. And then also Yuri Yoshimuzi from Japan, with an entry score of 771. 3rd at the Asia Pacific Trail Running Champs, 6th Trans-Gran Canaria last year. Yeah, we've got some amazing trail running talent here up on the stage. Alright, let's get straight into it. Maybe we'll start with Yuri. I think a few people have you as the favourite for running the half. How do you feel about being the favourite, and what is your strategy for the race on Friday?
I like short races. This time, I selected the half. Short race is a very speed race, so I will do the best and do my best.
And this isn't the first. This is not your first time to Hong Kong 100. What do you like about the race and Hong Kong that you keep coming back?
I am coming to Hong Kong 3 times, but I came only one Tao Island. So first time here, Hong Kong. I learned the course. I all checked the course. I can see the sea and beach from mountain, so very beautiful. I like this course.
Fantastic, fantastic. Maybe next question is for Sandra from Spain. What most excites you about running in Hong Kong, and how do you think the Hong Kong 100 course will compare to the trails that you're used to in Spain?
Now it's different, and it's my first race in Hong Kong. I don't know, but I'm happy to live the experience. I think it's different experience.
And I guess travelling all the way from Spain to Hong Kong, it's a long way. What made you decide to come here and race Hong Kong 100?
This is the presentation for my new team. It's the first race of the year, and I have loved it.
And I have to ask you, have you done much training on stairs?
English is very good. Yes, the stairs, yes. My uncle is prepared for.
Fantastic, good to hear. There's lots of stairs on Saturday, so you definitely need that training. Maybe we're going to jump to Weihua now. You've raced everywhere in Asia, so why do you want to race Hong Kong 100, and how do you think it will be different to other races in Asia?
I love to be in here because here have a lot of elite around in the world who want to race here. So I love to run with the elites because that makes me stronger. And you know, I know then I know the organizer very nice, and I love to be here because Vietnam Mountain Marathon in Sapa will be World Trail Major in this year. So I love to be in the hard way, have many elites to run with them and to make me stronger.
And I believe you're from Sapa, which is where the Vietnam Mountain Marathon is. So I think you know those trails. Are you excited? Can you tell us a little bit more about the race, and should runners go and run it this year?
Wow, very good question. I just be here and I didn't ever come to see the coach. So, but I hear many steps. So I have the time to training step in Sapa, but short step. But I think that's not big problem for me. We'll have a problem for every elite. So just enjoy that. You go here to enjoy the race. So that's not big problem for me.
Absolutely fantastic. And maybe for Tang Jingyan, welcome back to Hong Kong 100. I think this is your third time coming here. Maybe the first time you were unlucky and broke your leg. What message would you like to share with others facing setbacks, whether in trail running or life?
今天欢迎你再重来香港100。我们知道你是今年是第3次过来，第1次好不幸运就是把腿就是断了。John 的问题就是你对一些跑者，如果就是有这一些的挑战，就是受到这一些的伤害，有什么方法可以就是推使你去继续，还有怎么样去就是排除这些的困难，重来就是跑步。
Thank you, Janine. Thank you, John. 我认为的话，其实最重要的是，我们要最开始是能够有一些正确的训练，多做一些力量训练。最开始是要去避免伤病，然后如果非常不幸的伤病降临到身上的话，第一个是一定要保持乐观，这个非常重要。你保持乐观才能够让你自己去相信，你能够重新再回到运动场上，然后再回到一个好的状态。然后呢是要去接受专业的治疗，这样子呢是能够让你最快速的方式去回到你的运动上面去的。
The first thing is you need to have proper training so that to avoid getting injured. But if unluckily you do get injured, you need to have a positive mentality to be able to come back and also to have support and physio so that you can come back as quickly as you can.
Thank you, thank you. And so now we're going to move into the quick fire round, where I'll ask one question and just give us a short answer and then pass the microphone down. So fastest marathon time?
My marathon time is 2 years ago, 2 hours 56 minutes. It's not so good. Just 2 hours, 56, 3 hours ago, 3 years ago, yeah. My marathon best time is 2 hours, 37 minutes, but 10 years ago.
Some really good times there. And then, can I ask, do you have, maybe, do you prefer running trails in carbon shoes or non-carbon shoes?
Me, I prefer both. Like, you need to see the terrain. The terrain different, so you choose the right shoe. If the dry, not muddy, and full of rock, I choose carbon.
I prefer
Both. I have many shoes. I will change my shoes in road, in track.
No carbon shoes.
All right, well, it was really good to get to know you ladies. Look, thank you very much for coming up and all the best for the races this weekend. Thank you. All right, we are getting closer to the end of today's official program. Next up we have the Men's Elite Q&A panel. So I'd like to invite up to the stage Alexandre Boucher, Cascadeur from France, injury score of 824. He's a minor specialist with some big career results at Great Grand Reunion, Madeira Island, Mount Fuji 100, and he's running the Grand Slam this week here. Raul Butaji from Romania, with an injury score of 892. He's the reigning champion at Trans-Grand Canaria, third entrepreneur, 13th at the World Mountain Trail Running Champs in Thailand. Also Danny Jung from Italy. He's got an injury score of 883. Zero race winner in Europe. First Grand Raid Reunion. He was runner at Hong Kong 100 in 2017. Also John Ray, Stingray Alifa from the Philippines, injury score 877. Recent winner of the Asia Pacific Trail Running Champs, short course 40 kilometers. He won North Face 100 Hong Kong last month, former Asia Trail Master champion. Also Yo Peiqian from China, one of the ANTA athletes with an injury score of 881. Peiqian needs no introduction, but two-time winner of Hong Kong 100, course record holder. He's won it all in China. And then Liang DC from China, injury score of 808. He's running around this year. All right, gentlemen, it's a privilege to have you up on stage. Welcome to Hong Kong, and best of luck for the weekend. Maybe we can start with Liang, DC. This year, year, you will represent ANTA GUANJUN brand in Hong Kong 100. What are your ambitions and goals?
今年你是代表ANTA冠军来参加这个大满贯，你的愿望的目标是什么？
今年是我第3年参加香港100，然后也是大满贯的第3年，也是我的香港100的3年，然后接着香港100越来越好。今年的目标肯定是想重新夺回冠军，保持大冠军，然后也希望今年有机会能参加大满贯的系列赛，然后也希望大家能享受这个周末，然后大家好好表现，谢谢。
Is doing the Hong Kong 100 and his 3rd time as well to do the Grand Slam. The goal is of course to win. Given what ANTA's name is, GUANJUN, being champion, and he would also like to do more of the World Trail Majors event, and wishing all the runners safety and a good race.
Thank you. And maybe one more question. You have a first in the Grand Slam, you have a second in the Grand Slam. A lot of trail running is not just physical strength and mental resilience. How do you stay strong and to get to those reserves when you're running through races that are running?
你大满贯第1名拿过，第2名也拿过。大满贯是除了是一个身体这个的考验，也是在精神上一个考验。在有问题的时候，就是辛苦的时候，你怎么样去穿过这一个难关？
其实这2年我跑大满贯，其实我很享受的。当然有觉得困难的时刻，但没想到有那么多支持我的品牌大冠军，支持我的组织，支持我的人，还有那么多的志愿者，那么多的跑者，大家都在享受这个比赛，我就觉得是一个在战斗，然后就觉得很有力量。再加上香港的景色真的太美了，你不会就是痛并快乐着，你会觉得当你累的时候，你看风景，看看周边的人，就会觉得很美好。谢谢。
So Dizzy comes to do the Grand Slam to enjoy it, which is very important, and he also recognizes that there are so many brands ANTA GUANJUN behind him, so many volunteers, so many people like supporting him. And also Hong Kong's scenery is just spectacular. So if there is a problem, you just take a deep breath, enjoy the scenery, and then you will come back.
Fantastic. Maybe the next one for John. You have the runners here, you've run across Asia, maybe more than anyone, you've run Hong Kong 100. So having raced many trails in Asia, how does the Hong Kong 100 course compare in terms of the challenges and the terrain and the experience?
For me, Hong Kong is Hong Kong is very convenient for training, and then my experience for the race. Hong Kong is very so many stairs, it's very difficult, and then very good turn, and then scenery.
Thank you. And then, as one of the top trail runners in Asia, what advice would you give to athletes in the Philippines who want to follow in your footsteps? What are the tips you can give the youth runners who want to be the next Stingray?
My advice for my team to joining here, this is their time for the explore the talent, the Hong Kong artist.
I think that's really good advice. So now maybe we're going to go across to Danny. You came so close to victory in 2017. I think you were runner-up that year. What motivated you to return to Hong Kong 100, and what are your goals for this race?
So thank you so much. much, first of all, to Steve and Janet for the invitation to come back again after 8 years, and very proud and happy to be here back. And for me, always when I look at home, one of my beautiful races was Adam, because always I speak, I talk about Hong Kong 100, because Hong Kong 100 makes for me so special, because you have everything. You have ocean, you have mountains, jungle, mountains, city. I never run a race where I find some beautiful places and sceneries like here. So I'm very happy to be back. Of course, it will be difficult to beat my second place from 2017, but I'm older, maybe I can make also a good race this year. I'm motivated, I train good, and I'm good prepared.
Fantastic. All the best for Saturday. We'll jump across to Raoul. I had a look, and I think today's weather forecast in Romania is -3 degrees. So what is your strategy for managing the high temperatures and high humidity here in Hong Kong on Saturday?
Hi, sorry, I was speaking English very much. The strategy is run fast, but the race very fast, very difficult. The last kilometers are very strong, and I don't know. The first time the race is very take it easy.
Brilliant, thank you. Next one for Alexandra. So the obvious question, why do they call you Cascade Bears? I think it means green cap in French, because I see that green truck up all over your social media. What's the significance of the green cap?
There is no significance, it's just, it's like Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump has a red cap. And when I began to run, I say to myself, I got to have a cap, and I got a lot of stuff, and I take the first cap of the first bag, and it was a green cap. And after, I always run with this. And in France now, it's one mode. It's that's the man with the green cap, and everybody calls me like that, so it permits to me to not be Alexander, but to be something else, like ultra trail superhero, like Iron Man or something else, but just with a green cap. It's a special thing. And I see that there is no other green cap, so I think that it's like a respect to me, so...
And I have to ask, do you just have one cap, or do you have multiple green caps that you change out?
I have something like eight or 9 cap, because when you run, you can't have only one, and I wash myself with my cap every day, so...
That's good to hear, actually. We probably get a bit smelly otherwise. And maybe we'll jump across to Peichang from China. So you are the Hong Kong 100 course record holder. So how does it feel to return to this iconic race? And what are your goals for this year? Is sub 10 hours possible?
你是香港100的纪录保持者。今年你有什么的目标？还有10个小时以内是不是可以做到的？
我今年的目标依然是要去跟大家一起竞争冠军。然后10个小时，我认为今年的概率可能会比较大，因为天气比较好，希望很大。我认为我自己能做的概率也很大。
So the goal this year, as always, is to be the champion, and under 10 hours, because of the good weather, that it's a very big chance.
There you have it. You heard it here first at the Hong Kong 100 press conference. Sub 10 is on the cards for Saturday. And maybe another question. You have been working with ANTA GUANJUN for more than 1 year, and the Seika trail running shoes have been quickly upgraded to the second generation. During this process, have you given the brand some product suggestions and worked with product development?
您是ANTA冠军的运动员，ANTA冠军的鞋子 Seika， 现在是第2代的鞋子。您在这个在改进的过程之中，有没有给他们一些的建议？
已经有一些建议，然后我认我觉得这鞋子我想想，我们这个鞋子，我觉得是有在改进方向的，就是比以前更短了，弹性比以前好一点。我其实是对脚的保护性对我要求比较高一点，我的脚足弓比较低，然后我希望弹性比较好。去年的时候呢，脚可能鞋子偏窄一些，然后今年的鞋子有改进，宽一些，然后也弹性也比较好。重量方面也轻了一点，所以说我觉得，让他在这方面合作还是比较好的。
Yes, to give comments on the shoes. Peichan's feet is a bit narrow, so he wanted, no, actually, the other way around. The shoe was a bit narrow, so he suggested to make it a bit wider, so they made it wider, and it's called lighter as well. And he has a low arch, so that was a comment that he gave, and then they improved on that as well. So overall, yeah, there is a good improvement on it.
Fantastic, and it really is a good-looking shoe, I need to say. All right, we're going to go into the quick fire round, so I'll ask a question, just a short answer, and then pass the microphone down, please. Fastest marathon time?
我的是28。
2 hours 48. Oh wow, 2 hours 23.
My fastest time 8 years ago, 2 hours 49.
I have no time. I never run a marathon. So the same like 2017, you have the same question, so I never run a flat marathon, sorry.
I don't have time in marathon in asphalt, so only one time.
Same thing, we are ultra runners, never do marathon, but maybe I don't know. Next year we are on Sunday you are to organize a marathon, so we can try to.
Fantastic, and Danny, when you come back in 2030, we'll ask you the same question. Hopefully you've done one by then. Okay, maybe one more quick fire round. What will you do in Hong Kong that is not running related? So what will you do that's not running?
Looking for the light during the night of the building.
The tourist is very nice.
Going up in the mountains in the night to look at the scenery of the city.
Today I go somewhere in the mountains today.
有逛街，不好会逛街，逛街。
To shop and walk around.
Go hiking. Enjoy.
Go hike and enjoy good food.
I've got to say, DC's doing the grandstand, but it's not enough. He's going to do some more hiking. That's lots of endurance there. Gents, thank you very much for coming out today. All the best for the weekend, and good luck. Thank you. ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our official schedule, but just a couple of reminders. We've got the live streaming on the weekend, broadcasting live at 7:45 a.m. on Saturday. We'll continue all through the day. It's going to be on the Hong Kong 100 channels on YouTube and WeChat. Studio commentary teams streaming in English and Mandarin, special guest interviews, all the action, so tune into that. For those that plan on being on the VIP bus, please register with Janet after the press conference, and it is first come, first served. And then also for the runners, for those that received an email or message to wear the GPS tracker in the 100K, please collect it from the start point on race day at 7 a.m.
如果邊個咧，如果有誰要坐這個星期六的巴士，就是我們有一個巴士去不同的站的，如果要的話呢，就在我這裡報名。
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up today's press conference. I'd like to thank each and every one of you. This finishes the official proceedings, but we're now going to move to group photos, media interviews, general mingling. So I'd like to invite all the athletes up for some group photos. Safe trails and see you on the weekend. So athletes to the front for group photos, please.